Hi, guys. Welcome to the Go-To Aesthetics Coach podcast. So excited to be here for another day. So excited to jump in today's topic. It's a juicy one that I'm very excited about. So, we are going to talk about 10 things that you can do starting today in your medical aesthetic practice to double your revenue, at least double your revenue by next year. Okay, so let's talk about why revenue growth is crucial for the success in your medical aesthetic practice. Well, as we know, any business that needs to grow over time, it has to put strategies in place. There needs to be a foundation, or it can become stagnant and it can eventually plummet. It's not what we want, obviously. So we need to grow with our business and with the world around us, and this is going to help us really thrive. So one way of doing this in medical aesthetics is to really take advantage of the power of marketing, especially in today's digital world. An example of this is with one of my dear friends, Dr. Jason Emmer. He is in the States, but he is such an inspiration. He's, he's just incredible. Sorry. He's an incredible person. So he is a prime example of what you can make happen. Like, he literally created so many businesses from nothing on his own into a huge empire of a multitude of different brands. And he is a key staple in medical aesthetics. So if you haven't heard of him before, Dr. Jason Emmer has a huge following on Instagram. He has a few different brands. So he has his personal brand where he is a fanatic in working out and he has over 1 million followers. He also has his doctor, a medical aesthetic page where he also has close to 1 million followers. And he has a bunch of other businesses and brands. He is just full of ideas and such a go-getter. He flies monthly to Miami, Dubai, New York, and then he has his practice in Beverly Hills. So he is just someone that I really look up to, and I think that he's just a great example as to someone who's really thrived in today's world through marketing. It's created so many exciting opportunities, and he is just killing it. So if you don't know who he is, go check him out. It's also about a mindset. So we need to believe that we can accomplish everything that we want in this world, because if we do not, it's not going to happen. It literally, like, this is the key to life. You need to believe in yourself and you need to believe in your goals, because if you don't, it's just not going to happen. You're not putting it out there in the universe for it to even be a possibility. And you become your anchor and you become the only thing that's really stopping you from making it happen. So it starts with mindset. It's about an attitude, and it's about a level of drive to really just make it happen. We can truly make anything happen that we want in this world if you believe it and you just do it and you just trust. Things come to you. Trust me, it's like the power of this is incredible. It's something that I started like in high school. I just remember talking to a very good friend of mine, Mackenzie, and I remember she joined this group in Toronto that basically was all about like psychology and mindset and self-development. And she shared this with me. And I remember we were just sitting one day in the food court in the Eaton Center, which is a big shopping mall in Toronto, and like just having such a crazy conversation and so mind opening. And I think from that day forward, we both just lived our best lives. And literally from that point forward, everything that we wanted, it just happened. So there really is a power to this. Just really believing yourself, having that open mindset, making it happen. There's nothing stopping you but yourself. So an example of this that I like to talk about is something like, okay, say you buy an IKEA desk. Like, we all know IKEA is great. Like, it has great deals and some cool things, but there can be a lot of different pieces and the instructions can sometimes not be that wonderful and it can be confusing and hard to build. So are you the type of person that when you buy this cool desk, take it home, the instructions just don't make sense, you're trying at it for an hour and you've gone literally nowhere. You feel defeated and you just say, this is a piece of shit. Like, I give up. I'm not doing this. I'm returning it. Or this is, the mindset like, oh, this is bullshit. I'm just not doing this. It's kind of like a victim mentality, and it gets you nowhere, right? Or are you the kind of person that's going to be like sitting there figuring out until it's done, like not giving up, like no matter what, this desk is getting built? Because I promise you, if you're that person, it's going to happen. Like you're going to figure it out. Like just, that's the way the universe works. So I like that example. So again, just to kind of recap, we need to literally believe anything is possible, and we just have to believe it and get creative sometimes, and a solution will always pop up if you give the space for it to. All right, let's get into the importance of setting ambitious revenue goals and developing a strategic plan. So if you just go with the flow, things will literally go with the flow. But that's not the energy that we want, right? We want to make it happen. We want fearless decisions, brave moves, again, making it happen. So I challenge you to do this little exercise. It's actually fun and you never know what will come of it. So write out your goals for the year, and it can be anything you want. Be courageous, think big. It's okay to think big. It's okay to be like, I want, everything, I want to make $1 million next year. Write it down. It's okay to think that large. Like, this is a moment and a place to put everything that your heart desires, put it on a piece of paper. Because if you don't, again, you're going to be your own biggest block. So let's use this example. You want to make $1 million next year. So get in that flow. Let's be strategic and clear. How do you make that happen? How would you need to show up? What would you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis? How would you dress? What would your weekend look like? How do you plan your work days? How is the culture in your workplace? Look at those big goals and break them down month by month. What needs to happen? Okay, so let's look at it in a mathematical way. $1 million year, that's about $83,333 a month. When we break that down by weekly, it's $41,666. When we break that down by week, $1 million in a year, by week, that's about $20,800. Okay, so let's say your clinic needs to generate that $21K a week to make your $1 million goal. Let's say you're open about 5 days a week, so that's about $4,200 a day. That's about $525 an hour in an 8-hour day. Okay, $525 an hour in an 8-hour day, 5 days a week. That's essentially, think about it, $525, that's essentially one treatment in an hour in one room in your clinic. It doesn't seem that big anymore, right? $1 million is one treatment an hour. It's challenging for sure to get there, yes, but it's doable if you have everything in yourself, that's what you desire. We're powerful and we can make that happen, but you have to believe it first and put the right strategies in place. So let's talk about analyzing your current revenue streams and identifying areas for improvement. So you should be conducting a comprehensive assessment of your current revenue sources. What's bringing in revenue, what treatments, what packages, what skincare, what memberships. Identifying underperforming services or treatments and exploring opportunities for improvement. What doesn't have a good return? Let's look at ways to improve that. We should always be analyzing, reassessing, redoing. Okay? Let's look at analyzing patient feedback and reviews to identify areas of improvement in customer experience. I can't stress enough how important Google reviews are for your business, because it's basically free market research. And it's something that some people go to directly before going into your business. So we want to have for some people, the more Google reviews you have, the more likely you're going to be the first person that they go to. It's also very important to respond to reviews, even if it's a bad review. Respond. It shows integrity, and it can alleviate any kind of stresses that are going on there. And we're going to use these Google reviews as key insights, as high quality intel for your business, right? If there's someone complaining about something, then we know that's maybe an area that we need to improve. If we have people raving about certain things, maybe it's a certain staff member or the coffee machine in your clinic or the specific treatment. Like, those are things that we maybe want to highlight even more because you're killing those areas. Those are areas of success. Now let's talk about implementing effective marketing strategies to attract new clients and new patients. So we can do this through a few ways. One is developing a targeted marketing plan to reach potential clients. Okay, so we need to create an annual marketing plan with all of the projects, the goals, the events, the strategies that you have in place for the year, and plan it out. Okay, again, if we let things flow, they're going to flow, they're not going to grow. So we need to plan things out so that things don't slide. Every month just goes by so fast, right? But if we plan things in advance and we have something strategic laid out for the next 12 months, it's way more likely to happen, and it's just more intentional. So each month can have, for example, a different focus, whether that's a magazine publication that you want to be in, an event to focus on, say, a certain area, like maybe melasma awareness, whatever is important to your client base and your demographic. 1 month could be bringing on an influencer. So there's many different things that we can do. If you don't plan it out, less ends up happening. So make a plan. Now, utilizing digital marketing techniques such as social media advertising, search engine optimization known as SEO, and email marketing. So all things that we provide at Allura Agency, which is my marketing agency. The foundation is having a solid content creation and strategy. This is the core on new business growth, especially in medical aesthetics, because it's very prevalent online. It's often the first place that people go to check out your clinic to decide if they want to come in. So if used correctly, this is a very, very powerful tool. You can also look at things like SEO. What that's going to do is it's going to get eventually your web page on the first page of Google. And this is good because this is basically free organic growth. So when someone searches you in Google, if you're on the first page and you're one of the first people, you're right there in front of them, they're a lot more likely to think you're the best and to go into you. Also, things like email marketing. It's very, very important to collect as many emails as possible. If you need to put a little reminder at the desk with your receptionist or whoever, put a little something to remind them to always make sure to collect emails. Maybe that's through your consent forms, but collect emails just like you're collecting your Google reviews. We also can do this by creating a lead magnet. So I think I'm going to do a podcast completely on lead magnets and automation. But basically, a lead magnet is something that's going to attract someone to your business. This is a new client, and you're going to collect information such as an email from them, and then you can add that into your warm client base. Over time, you collect this you keep growing this warm client base, and you nurture it by creating a monthly newsletter to keep them informed, excited on all the things that you have going on to your client, and eventually to continue bringing them in. Okay. Also leveraging the power of testimonials and before and after photos to showcase your expertise. So I know that sometimes it can be hard to get before and afters because you need that client consent. Some people are not into it, and that's just how it is. However, this is gold for your business. Some people will need to see evidence-based content to pull them in to come into your clinic. So when we can get this kind of data and we can show it in your marketing, in your newsletters, on your website, It's going to attract a wider audience of people and essentially bring more clients into your clinic. It also is going to build on your expertise and your credibility in the clinic, which is important. We want to be known as professionals and to be the best in the business. So that's one way that we can do this. Now, I also want to talk about enhancing the patient experience to encourage repeat visits and referrals, because what we don't want is people who are going to come in once and never come in again, who are clinic shopping, clinic jumping. We want the right kind of clients, the clients that are going to invest in packages, the clients that want the best treatment plan that's going to bring in the results that they're looking for, that they're going to become advocates and loyalists to your business. So we get these kind of clients through a few different ways. One is creating a welcoming and comfortable environment for the patients. So go the extra mile. Ask to hang up their jacket. Offer them a coffee or tea or snack. It goes so far. And if you just sit and think about it, isn't it such a nice experience when you go, like think about ourselves, when we go into somewhere and we have a really warm welcome and we feel spoiled. People want to feel special, right? And also it makes you memorable. It makes you want to come in again. So just greeting people with a warm, friendly personality and just creating an experience compared to providing a service. That's how you're going to get the right kind of people. Also implementing personalized patient care strategies. So again, taking it that extra mile. Offer a comprehensive consultation. So I see some clinics through my experience who offer a free, like a complimentary 1-hour consult, which is a lot of free time, right? This can be looked at as expensive for the clinic. However, it's a long-term investment because the clinics that I've worked with, that I've seen who take the time to give this comprehensive consult experience, they're the most successful because they build a community of loyal clients who buy the big packages that we're offering, who feel taken care of, who are getting the actual results they need. And it creates also this time to build that relationship and take things to the next level. It creates time to upsell. So you can also provide like a skincare treatment plan, because talking about skincare can also be a huge moneymaker. This is something that people don't typically just buy once. Skincare is something that you continue using. So once you sell them on it and they see those results, that it's complementary and synergistically working with the devices that they're getting in the treatment, they're going to have the best results and they're going to keep coming back, not only for the treatments, but for the skincare. It's also about encouraging patient loyalty through loyalty programs and incentives. So, upselling and cross-selling techniques to increase average transaction times. So we can train staff on upselling and cross-selling techniques. We should always be investing on training staff, and trust me, it pays off to incentivize them. An example, you can work with your skincare company to see what they can do to help support. I have done these type of strategies as I have had experience working in skincare and currently still do. So I've done strategies with my clinics to provide, like, for example, a staff member of the month or quarterly, whoever does the top skincare sales. And, it incentivizes people to want to recommend that brand and incentivize people to actually, put the work in to sell the skincare and, have that continued conversation with the client, provide that kind of service. And, it also is beneficial because when the staff member, for example, gets that incentive and free skincare, then they get to actually try the skincare brand and love it themselves. And then they become advocates. And when you're an advocate, you spread knowledge to others, and then it brings others to the business. Just exactly why we want to create clientele that are advocates for our business, because they are going to go and tell their family and friends about your business and bring you more clients. So let's talk about identifying complementary treatments or products to offer during consultation. So this is all about bundling, bundle. You always want to bundle treatments with other treatments, such as adding a neck treatment when someone's getting a face treatment, or adding skincare to the treatment that's complementary to what they're having done, they're going to get better results. People, like clients, won't typically upsell themselves, right? Because they don't know what they don't know. We are the masters of the business, and it's our duty to educate them on what's the best protocol to get the best results. And that's combining treatments and skincare, because aesthetics is always best with a 360 approach. I find that sometimes people are scared to, ask for too much, or just scared to like really ask for the business. But just remembering that like we are here with a duty to provide an educated response to the client. Like, they are here to get the best results. How are they going to get those best results? Well, let's tell them the truth. It's not just from getting one treatment one time. It's from getting a series of treatments combined with skincare. So just remember, like, the worst thing that they are going to say is no. But as professionals in this business, we deserve to give them the best advice. And you want to create the kind of clientele that wants this kind of service. So also creating package deals or promotions to encourage multiple service purchases. Treatments typically should never be sold in one, unless maybe it's a fully ablative treatment or something like that where it makes sense. But if you went to the gym once, would you see good results that last? Nope, you wouldn't, right? So it's about educating and explaining this to the client from the get-go, from day one when they come in for the comprehensive consultation, so that there's no surprises and that they really understand the long-term journey. Some issues that can happen is like this, maybe they didn't do a consult, or maybe this wasn't explained in the beginning, and then they're kind of shocked when you're saying that you need to come in for, a multitude of services, like a multitude of number of sessions, and it catches them off guard, and sometimes it can leave a bad taste in their mouth. They feel like you're trying to, sell them too much. But like, if you do this from the get-go and explain and educate, like, this is how the skin works, this is what it needs to see the full results, and then you need to actually continue with maintenance sessions, because it's like going to the gym, right? You're not going to ever do anything that's going to last forever. So it's an education. Let's talk about leveraging the power of social media and online platforms for promotion. So developing a strong social media presence and engaging with followers. We always want to comment back to people that are commenting on our posts, because we need to build friendships, and that's how we build our community. We want to be collaborating with influencers or micro-influencers to expand your reach. But you want the right kind of influencers for your business, not just anyone, not just someone. Just because an influencer has tons of followers doesn't mean that they're going to get you tons of clients. Sometimes influencer with a smaller following, but in your niche, in your community, would have more of a reach to bring you in clients. So it's about finding the right one. I know some great ones. So if you do want to connect on this, you can have some great results when you find the right person for your brand and your clientele. So just let me know if that's something that interests you. Another thing is utilizing online platforms such as Yelp or Google My Business to attract new clients. So I find that a lot of clinics actually don't even have this set up. So make sure that you have a Google My Business account set up properly. Make sure it's up to date. This is important. And now let's talk about optimizing your website and online presence to actually generate more leads. So you want to ensure that your website is user-friendly and optimized for search engines. So you need to check, like, do your own research and check that how your website looks on a laptop or a computer looks the same on mobile, because there's different configurations. And sometimes what happens is like someone will just set up their website on a computer and then never check it through a mobile, and on the mobile it can look all messed up, and then that can look poorly on your business. You could lose clients that way. Implementing lead generation strategies such as pop-ups or contact forms. tracking website analytics to identify areas where you can improve. Again, we're always wanting to analyze and try new things. And one more thing I'll actually mention about websites, because it's something that I run into with a lot of clients where they've had challenges and issues. So if you don't have a website yet, or you're looking for a new platform, I would highly, or if you're going to pay for someone to make you do a web design, I would highly recommend, unless you are an expert in web design and you know how to do WordPress, do not pay for someone to build it in WordPress, because it's probably the most complicated web platform out there. It's not user-friendly. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up having to pay every single time you want any little change made, because you're always going to need someone to do it for you. So my recommendation is that you have a website in an easy, user-friendly platform such as Wix. There's Squarespace, which I love, and a few other ones out there. If you want ideas, just reach out to me. But my favorite one is Wix. It's very user-friendly. It's easy to check formats for mobile and laptop. And if you ever, don't have someone, like you don't have someone hired to continue website maintenance or anything like that, it would be easier for you to fix little changes like adding and updating a new photo or changing font on something. So just a little piece of advice. All right, let's go to the next. So, offering popular and in-demand treatments to expand your service menu. So, it's good to research current trends and market demand. You can do this just through scrolling through Instagram and TikTok to see what's trending, what's doing well, where there's a buzz. It can kind of create some inspo for you. Investing in training and equipment for new treatments. So, of course, it's always nice to be expanding on the technology that we have and the medical grade skincare and options that we have. So, device and skincare reps can obviously keep you up to date on this, and they can also provide trainings for you and your team to really keep everything up to date. There's also developing marketing campaigns to promote new services. So this can really be broken down into boosting posts on Instagram. And if you are going to boost a post on Instagram, try different types of content. So whether that's a trendy reel or a piece of content where you're talking to the camera, or different types of content, see what performs the best, and then keep rebuilding that type of content, because that's the type of content that resonates with your audience. And if you are going to boost a post, I would recommend boosting around $30 to start, because some people can actually get really great results only boosting with $30, and you get those direct messages. If it's the right piece of content, you get those direct messages, which you just got to translate into sales, and it can be a really powerful tool. And then there's also the route of doing paid marketing through ad campaigns on Facebook. So this is also a really great way to build leads. This one's a little more expensive, but can be a lot more rewarding. Again, it also depends on your demographic and your community, and trying different things to see what works best for you. But these are some of the options out there. And again, we offer this at Allure Agency. So if you have any questions or need help on that, just let us know. Okay, so let's now talk about developing strategic partnerships and collaborations to reach a wider audience. So it's nice to reach out to other local companies that can complement your business, such as, a lash extension artist, and doing collabs that are going to reach new clients and recommend people to reach each other. So the more you expand your network, the bigger your business grows. So for example, if you create this relationship now with this lash extension artist in your local community, and you have a great relationship, you're going to refer new clients to each other. And it's just such a great way to just continue expanding your business, because there's no other type of referral that's best than word of mouth, right? Because you already have that trust and that confidence there, and people are more likely to come in. Okay, so implementing effective pricing strategies to maximize profitability, right? We always want to be making more money. That should be the focus. So analyzing the market and competitors' pricing, have an idea of what people are charging out there for the device that you have for the skincare is typically actually it has standard retail pricing, but with devices and treatments, like it can fluctuate a little bit. So just see what your competitors are charging. It's good to know. Then determining the optimal pricing structure for your services. So this is important. Going lower than what the competitor is charging is not always the answer. Some people use this strategy, but what I've seen through my experience is this can create an attraction to clients who are always looking for the best deal. And these people won't typically stay loyal to your clinic. They're going to be clinic jumping. So instead of that, be creative in ways to build value with your clinic over the other one down the street. And it can be as simple as knowing your clients' birthdays and, giving a small gift of appreciation, just even offering that warm welcome and coffee when they arrive, or even doing an annual client appreciation event. This is, again, we're building a community. We're not just getting more clients. It's about a community. And these are going to create the loyal advocates. So let's talk about investing in staff training and development to enhance skills and customer service. I can't stress enough how important this is. And I see so many clinics who don't invest enough into their staff, into training, and it can just yield such amazing results. So my suggestion is to be providing ongoing training to staff members to improve their skills and knowledge, because they are the bread and butter to your business. So it's important, and this can be easily missed or set aside, but monthly trainings can go a long way. Staff are investments. And when you invest in your staff, it's going to show to your clients, and that's going to essentially show up in a monetary value. You could create monthly trainings on different topics, such as mindset, which is a huge one. And not many people do this, but you want to create these little Jedi, techs and salespeople in your clinic that just encompass a really nice comprehensive approach to your business. So that's having a good mindset. That's having strong selling skills, not only in person, but on the phone, because something that can happen, you can do great marketing, but when there's a direct message going in there, and if you don't handle it properly, or if someone calls in and you don't handle it properly, you just lost the sale. You lost it at the final stage. So the final stage is actually very, very, very important. So that's going to fall on the staff, the people answering the phone, other people calling your leads. Make sure that they actually know how to sell via phone. Make sure that they know how to do upsell skills. And also another great idea is to actually train your staff continually on things that are related to medical aesthetics. So such as, such as, skin anatomy, because of course, yes, we learned this, but time goes on and people need refreshers. So you want them to be masters of what they do. And with learning, it's a continual process, right? We need to be lifelong learners. So refreshing on skin anatomy, refreshing on the different technologies, IPL, YAG lasers, how do they all work? What are they really doing? This is going to give little gems in their knowledge to actually be talking about when they're building that relationship with the client. They're sitting there on the client chair and like really wowing them and educating them. And people are more likely to spend more money when they actually understand like why they're spending the money. All right. Also, fostering a culture of exceptional customer service. So we talked about this. Showing up for your clients and giving them an experience, not just a service. So the clients that do really well, like provide a luxury experience where the client's going to come in and really look forward to just even walking into the clinic, because of what happens the moment they walk in. They get warmly greeted, they get like a coffee. The person takes their jacket, they spark up good conversation. So nice to see you again. How are you? How are the kids? This is a nice thing to look forward to. But imagine the other side of things. Imagine you are just providing a service and you walk in, no one really greets you. It's just a hello. No one's asking about your day or your family, or, you're not carrying on like any kind of conversation or connection that you had previously. It's just, you're in and you're out. And that's the mentality that they're much more likely not to come back, not to recommend you to people. So again, providing that experience is so important. Also empowering staff to upsell and cross-sell effectively. So we talked about this, but keep something by the till. This is a nice little trick. Keep something by the till. That's an easy sell, like a lip treatment or a facial mist. And then it's a reminder and an easy upsell on every single transaction. That's just one example of how we can be upselling. So let's talk about tracking and analyzing key performance indicators, so KPIs, to measure progress. We can do this through identifying relevant KPIs in your medical aesthetic practice. In marketing, this can be done through Instagram, through checking the engagement, the followers, all of that. There's tons of information in Instagram analytics. Also, if you're using a content planner, like for automation, such as Planoly or Later, they have great resources and analytics to track what is working and what is not. And another example would be like for events that you're having with the clinic, seeing what the sales volume was on the day of the event, checking the percentage of return clients, things like this. We also want to be implementing tools and systems to track and analyze data. So put systems in place and review monthly, and then make those necessary changes. We always need to be analyzing and changing things up, doing things differently where in places where it's not working well. We also want to be making data-driven decisions, right? We're business people. We're not just flying on a whim here. When you have $1 million mindset, there comes strategies and, data-driven decisions that we need to make. And this is going to really help optimize revenue growth, which we want. So yeah, that wraps everything up for today. I hope that you found this useful. And if you ever have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I am so passionate about this business and I love seeing people grow. There's just so much opportunity in this industry and so many things that we can do, like to literally have these multi-million-dollar companies. So let's just make it happen. If you want to reach out, you can reach me on Instagram. I have my Allora agency Instagram, which is Allora, so ALLORA.agency, or my personal page, which is Kayla, KAYLA Petrasek, PETRASEK. And I would be so excited to connect with you. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and we will talk soon.